Okay, how about now, Tabby? Hey, Larry. How about now, Tab? Can y'all hear me okay? You can hear me? Big brother, can you hear me? Let me know you can hear me, somebody. Tabby says it's silent. Can you hear us now? Tab, answer the question. Hey, hey, y'all. Hey, hey, hey. Can you hear okay, everybody? Say yes, please, if you can hear. Nobody's telling me. Good, she can hear us. Okay. All right, so on the couch, I have co-hosts for tonight. Season 3, episode 1 is the premiere. Fancies, let's talk about it. It's going to be toxic relationships. So we're going to dive right in here in just a second. I'm about to hit my chair, and I'm going to do a quick introduction and let them introduce themselves to you. And y'all know who I am. And I have somebody narrating to read, and here we go. Sam the Man, what's up? I'm not going to be shouting y'all out completely, but make your comments, and I have someone reading the comments so we can respond to you. So here we go. All right. All right. Don't be shy. All right. So let's introduce ourselves. Let's start with the beautiful lady in the middle. Right in here in just a second. I'm about to hit my chair, and I'm going to do a quick introduction and let them introduce themselves to you. Y'all know who I am, and I have somebody narrating to read, and here we go. Sam the Man, what's up? I'm not going to be shouting y'all out. It's catching y'all up on live. Just turn it off. Yeah. Okay, so in the middle, the beautiful lady in the middle is Miss Tony Thomas, and she'll introduce herself.
Hello, everybody. This is Lady T. They call me Tony the Tiger.
Tony the Tiger. Okay, all right. And what do you do, Tony? What's your forte?
Currently, I'm a jack of all trades, but I'm really in management in the energy field. I want to do a shout out to my team where I work. They know who I am. So I manage a team of exceptional people. I'm a motivated person, and I motivate others. So I'm down for whatever tonight.
That's what's up. Okay, and then to your left, we'll go ahead and introduce you, Mr. Homestead Slim.
Hey, I'm Mr. Homestead Slim, man. Y'all can find me at street100theheat.com. I'm an underground artist. I'm also a co-host to a radio show on Monday. Also, I have my own show on Friday. So independent artists, make sure y'all give me that music. And I'm here to support the wonderful and beautiful Miss Fancy.
Thank you. Okay. All right. And then here we have one of my very, very dear good friends, Kenneth. I'll let him introduce himself a little bit better.
Hi, my name is Kenneth Lattimore. I am a business owner here in Houston. I have several businesses that I own and run. Great people work for me, and I'm just here to support my girl, whatever she needs.
Thank you. I love you guys. And you know me, I need no introduction. There's always a little time to be fancy, and that's me. So let's get into it. Tonight we're going to be talking about, in season 3 premiere of Fancies, let's talk about it, toxic relationships. Toxic relationships. So right now I'm going to open up the floor to y'all to make some comments. Also, we're going to be talking about it here. I'm going to get some opinions about toxic relationships, and then we're going to go from there. I have someone that will be reading the comments off, so please be patient. Please continue to contribute, and she will catch up for you. That's the lovely Miss Greta Barnes, who is one of my friends for 30 years, and I love her dearly. And there she is. Yay. So here we go. Yes, ma'am. Let's give her a little clap, clap. Yay. And we are being filmed live right now also, so please excuse me as I cut my eyes back and forth. That's because this is going to be for network submissions and marketing. So I love you guys. It doesn't change how I feel about you, but my primary focus is that camera, not y'all's camera. But I'm here for you. So here we go. All right. So toxic relationships. Like I tell you often, I have layers in the topics that we talk about. Toxic relationships was a topic that was actually suggested, and it was voted on. There were 3 topics, and toxic relationships was picked. So with toxic relationships being picked, I want you to understand that whenever I look at something, I look at it in a multidimensional way, which means that it's not just about intimate relationships. The first thing that you think about when you think about toxic relationships, am I right, is an intimate relationship, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so it's not always an intimate relationship. I want you guys to understand, and I want to expand, and also maybe it opens your mind a little bit, and maybe jars your memories, and I want you to share those memories tonight, about the toxic relationships. Okay, so it could be a business partnership that's a toxic relationship. It could be a family relationship, a friendship that you have that's toxic, and obviously an intimate relationship. So let's go live with that and start talking about that. So who wants to go first? Somebody have a comment online? There we go. If not, I'll go ahead and go to one of y'all and we can talk about what your take is on toxic relationships. Whoever wants to go first.
I'll go first.
Okay, Tony. Well, Tony wants to go first, y'all.
Toxic relationships. A lot of times I notice in friends and family members, even coworkers, they end up in these toxic relationships, and a lot of times they don't even know they're in a toxic relationship.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, so it always takes somebody on the outside to try to tell that person that's on the inside of that relationship that that relationship's not going anywhere. It's toxic. It is not a healthy situation. But I wonder why that is. Why is that you're in it and you can't see it?
It's because you can't. Because you're caught up in the rapture, per se, of what's going on around you at the moment. That's the reason why. You get caught up. And when you get caught up in a situation, you often can't see what's going on. It's like people always say, like, if I'm on the outside and I'm looking in, you see one thing from one perspective. But I always say different window, different view. Right? So exactly. So that's why it's important to surround yourself with people that have different opinions than you, and people that have a different background than you, a different experience than you, whatever that might be, it could even be as far as a different sexual orientation. It's very important for you to have a separate input and ideas from people from different backgrounds. So a lot of times people can see, they may tread lightly because they're afraid that they don't want to offend you, because a lot of times people take things very personally when you say something, especially if it's an intimate relationship. They take it very personally. So I think that's why. So y'all want to chime in on any of that?
I think 9 times out of 10, you don't want to believe that it's toxic.
I agree.
Because it's all about the thrill. It's all about the fun.
Feels good right now.
So nobody wants to be told anything.
Right.
So, specifically, you can't say, well, that's bad for you because it's good to you.
It feels good right now.
It's good.
Right?
It feels
It's
good right now, right?
It's
So I
good
want to
to
ride the wave while it feels good. I want to ride the wave. It feels good. I like how this feels. That's how people get caught up in new relationships so fast. We say, oh, you're moving really fast. You're moving too fast because it feels good. We like to do what feels good to us, right?
Yeah.
What about? I believe that you have signs of toxic relationships and that you seem to overlook them. I believe that love blinded us, blinds us a lot. And he might curse you and you might overlook it. But those be the tell signs that it's a toxic relationship on the way. And I believe if people connect to those,
like they said, the red flags, the warning flags.
Right.
It's very much like domestic violence. Actually, it is very much like domestic violence, because when you're dealing with that, mental abuse is far worse than physical abuse, because mental abuse stays with you far longer than the scars, or if you don't have a scar, or the impacts of an immediate attack. Someone could attack you and hit you in the head, or they could kick you, or they could put you in the hospital. All kind of things they could do to you. But at the same time, that mental stays, because I remember things that were said to me as a small child that are still stuck with me to this day. I can verbatim repeat them. So it's a mental abuse. And people don't realize that it's still a violence. It's still a domestic violence situation. Exactly. Do you have any comments over there so far?
No.
Not yet? Okay. Well, we'll hold for comments. So you guys come in and chime in and give your comments about it. I actually was supposed to go live on Instagram also, which I have not. I have someone that's supposed to also be doing YouTube. But we're going to focus on Facebook right now, and we'll catch up to them later. That's fine. On the second, we'll catch up to them on the second one, because we'll have a break. We'll hit Instagram on the second segment. We're going to do a 20-minute segment. We'll probably another 10, 12 minutes here. And then we're going to take a quick break. We'll stay live with you here in the audience. And then at the same time, we'll come back, and then we'll be on Instagram Live as well, and we'll hit YouTube as well. I have someone helping on YouTube. Okay, beyond intimate relationships, what do you see in a toxic relationship with your family? Everybody has that one uncle or auntie, right? I'm right. Everybody has one uncle or auntie that you hide your bag when they come around. You hide this, you do that. They're gonna come around, it's gonna be some drama. Uncle Charles is coming. Put this up. Here come Ray Ray. put that down. I'm right, right?
Right.
Or here comes Trudy. Right. So put yourself up. It's a toxic relationship, right? Because I think that a lot of times, if I'm wrong, correct me. But I think a lot of times is we accept more than we should from our family members because they're our family members.
Right.
And that doesn't mean that we're supposed to accept it. You deal with situations with your family members that may not be, beneficial to you, and you don't owe them anything. They say that blood is thicker than water. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't always agree. I believe that your family is actually those people that you adopt and you make them your family. I have family members two of them sitting in the room with me right now. They were my family member, and we were not born from the same place, same time, same people, but they're my family. And I think that you adopt that along the way. So toxic relationships, talk to me about a toxic family relationship. Those wounds that never heal.
I could really relate to that. And I'm going to give a personal experience. And I'm not ashamed of where I came from and the things I've been through. It made me who I am, which is a very strong woman. So toxic relationship is very much like what you said, domestic violence, right?
Right.
So growing up as the only or the oldest grandchild, I was exposed to a lot of uncles. And the toxicity of that relationship was having an uncle who was a child molester.
Yeah.
And no one to help you.
They don't believe you.
Yes, they don't believe.
And they want to hush it up and keep it secret.
Absolutely. And that's definitely something that is toxic. And that relationship is not one you chose, it's your family.
Right.
Right. So it too is a toxic relationship. So, like you said, there's many levels and many aspects of a toxic relationship.
Yes.
But having a family member that is taking advantage of you and just utilizing your youth.
As a small child, exactly.
Yes.
Someone who's defenseless.
Yeah.
Someone that they would never look at that person and say, "Oh, he wouldn't do that." And probably the truth is when they were little and they were kin to him and they were little, he was doing it to them too when he was little. Because that's not a behavior that just happens. It's a behavior that continues to develop. Sadly, it continues to develop. We have a lot of that, and I will tell you, in the Black community especially, that is a taboo. You do not discuss any type of thing like that. You do not discuss it because already you have stripes on your back as an African American, as it is in America. I already have my views about that. You know how I feel about America, period. But you have your views of that already. But so it's already like, we ain't gonna bring these people to our business. If we do that, then that shows, that we're not civilized people and we're not this and we're not that. It's very sad, but that's still, in many cases, without the current movements of the Me Too and things, that's brought a lot of things to light, I think. Do you have comments over there? I saw something come up. Tabby? Or?
Yeah, waving and stuff.
Okay. I think I see something on the laptop with Tab, I think. I think I'll step over and read her comment real quick. Give me a second. Let me see what she's saying. All right, Tabby, let's see. She says, I can relate 100. You are so wrapped up in what is going on. I was like that for 3 years. He was toxic. But because I thought I loved him, everything was fine. But in all reality, he was verbally and mentally abusive to myself and my kids. My whole life turned upside down. Right. And if you're sharing, since you're sharing, I'm thinking that you're talking about the brief courtship, the long courtship, but the brief marriage that you just experienced. Am I right? If that's the case, the true person came out, I think. And it was sad because they had a beautiful ceremony and a beautiful nuptials and everything. And then the true person came out and you're talking crazy to my kids. So that's toxic.
Yes.
We know, anybody knows that your kids come first. I'm solid on that. The kids are first. If the kids cannot be first, I have nothing for you. We have no commitment. We have no relationship because my children are my primary responsibility. And I think, a lot of times you get wrapped up, like we were saying, you get wrapped up in the whirlwind of it all. They're saying the right things. They're doing the right things. You're feeling a certain kind of way. You're happy. Yeah.
But what I guess a question that I've always had in relationships like that, and I guess I'll exclude my uncle because I couldn't change the fact that he's in the same house with me, I'm a kid, and that sort of thing. But when you come out of that honeymoon stage and you're in a toxic relationship, you're being abused or you're being talked to crazy all the time, what makes us stay as people? I'm going to say us because we're all humans and we all make and have made mistakes. So when you come out of that honeymoon stage, why do you still stay?
I think often that we're habitual creatures and we're afraid of change. We're afraid of the challenge that's in front of us. I think we're afraid to change. I think that we're so used to the routine of it. I think it takes us change. Absolutely. I think everyone will agree with me. Takes you out of your comfort zone. And I think that when you are faced with having to change something, it's scary because you don't know, especially if you rely on those people financially. If you rely on them to keep a roof over your head, you know, you don't want to be that person that you see on the corner in a cardboard box, or you don't want to be a person that's in a group home or a person that's, you know, in a shelter. You're ashamed, you know, because you know, like, you're bringing shame to your family, although they brought shame to you, you see? So I think that it's a lot of times the challenge of the change is what I think.
I think to start is that people move too fast in relationships.
People move too fast in relationships.
People mistake physical love for real love, and they move so fast they get into physical love that you know, they don't realize that people are on their best behavior. When you first meet somebody, you're on your best behavior. You're looking good. You're treating everything's perfect. So by the time you realize, oh, this is how this person really is, it's already too late because you already done had physical love with them, that you mistake that for, you know, for being
you have
real.
that attachment. You have that attachment, especially when you have, like you say, have been physically intimate. It's very important. People say, oh, you know, 90 days, oh, 6 months, oh, 1 year, whatever. People think that's funny to say that. But the truth is that I need to know you. Like, I mean,
Exactly.
if you really cut for me or you really care for me or you really want to know me, then you'll respect that time and you'll wait and get to know me on an intellectual level, because me, you know, I'm about the mind.
Yeah.
I'm stimulated in my mind. I'm not stimulated in my body as much as my mind. And anybody who knows me knows that intelligence level is there. And, you know, we might joke around all day long because I'm going to be funny like that. But at the same time, mentally stimulate me. If you got no good intellectual conversation for me, we got nothing. We got no substance.
You have a comment?
You got a comment? Okay.
Kiki Richardson says, not everyone expresses love the right way. If it means manipulation, stress, and mental control, there's no justification, no matter how much they love you. People are different, and it's not your responsibility to change them.
That's right. People spend too much time. That's right. Thank you, Kiki. Yes, ma'am. There she goes. You asked about her. She's there. She's helping. She's helping. That's the best of all. But, you know, and I appreciate you. And you're very right. People, not everybody knows, because this is the problem, is that we did not all have teachers. I had young parents. I had a very young mother. And all she did was lead by the example she never had. She wasn't raised by her mother. She was raised by her father, who was a hardworking man who was never home except to take care of her immediate needs. My grandmother was not in the pictures very much. She was around the country doing all kinds of things she wanted to do. And, you know, I'm not going to, God rest her soul, I'm not going to say anything, but she wasn't raised. So she didn't have a positive example. So it's like, sort of like, and I think people will say you have to break the cycle, it's the sins of the father. And I think that a lot of people don't understand the ramifications of that, these younger parents. And that's why if you had a situation where you had a younger parents, or you were raised by grandparents in situations, that's from a different era. So the way they talk to you is crazy. They have a different mentality. A younger parent, like my mom was 15 when I was born. So you see, she was growing up with me. My mom was 25. You know what I'm saying? I was 10. When I was 15, you know, my mom was 30. Yeah. So we didn't have, you know, it was like my homegirl. You know, she was my parent, and there were certain things she wouldn't do with us, and she made us respect her, but she didn't know what she was doing either.
She was learning.
She was learning as she goes. By 21, she had 3 kids. So you have to see from that point. I think that a lot of times, you know, experience obviously is our greatest teacher. So Kiki, you are absolutely right. Yes, ma'am. It's not our job to teach people. And that's the problem, I think, with a lot of women. I will be the first to admit it, because I was involved, you know, in my first marriage at very young age. And she knows, Greta knows over there, and Kiki knows, and Tony knows, because I've been with her for years. In my very first marriage, I was in a situation very young. We were together since I was 18, and we separated, you know, we were together for 15 years. So that was at times a very toxic relationship because we didn't know what we were doing. We were too young. That's why I always encourage people. It wasn't my job to teach him how to be a husband. He was a man, he was a provider, but it wasn't my job to teach him how to be a good husband or a good man.
He didn't have those tools. He didn't know how to be that.
Right.
Exactly,
You know,
because it all comes from the way that you are raised, the way that you are conditioned. It also has a lot to do with where you're from. And we're from the hood. So, I mean, you know, most of our hood parents are getting it how they can.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real. It is what it is.
I want to hear from you.
Yes, because you haven't said anything. Share it with us. Come on, Ken. Kiki, make Ken talk. Because he asked about you earlier, darling. Make Ken talk. How about toxicity in business partnerships? Or have you had a situation where you had an investor or something?
I just recently went through that.
Okay,
And
perfect.
I was approached by someone whose business was failing, and they wanted for me to right the ship,
Oh,
put it like that.
okay. All right.
So I came in, I brought a team in, and started resurrecting the business, you know, and it got to the point where she could see the light,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then, well, what have you did for my business?
Right.
Well, when I met you, you had $500 in the bank
Right.
to run a business, but you're supposed to be making $10,000 a month,
Right.
you know. So it went from there, and you know, we basically, I felt bad because I brought a team in, you know, that did everything. We redid the books, we redid, and we found out what the problem was.
Uh-huh.
It was the misappropriation of funds.
Always. In most family businesses, a misappropriation of funds. Right.
That was the main thing, and you know, it was like once she could see the light, she thought that she could handle it on her own. You know,
Yes,
well,
yes.
what did you do for me?
Right.
Well, I think that I made you see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Right.
So, and it wasn't, you know, it was toxic. But what I take from things is you learn, you take the lumps and the bumps, and you keep moving.
I think that's part of what we do all the time. Okay, guys, so we are about to wrap and take a quick break, and we'll be back for our second segment here in just a few minutes. We will be going Instagram Live and YouTube Live as well. We'll be bringing on our lovely co-host, Miss Anita. So we'll see y'all in a few minutes, guys.
All right.
Yay.
Square. It's good.
All right, perfect. Yeah, good,
Yeah,
good.
very good.
Okay, so we're gonna stay live with y'all, and I'm gonna need somebody else to share their phone with Greta because I have to go Instagram Live from my phone. Anybody who wants to go Instagram Live or live wherever from your, please let me know and start going. We'll give him a minute so that he can redo for our next segment. Y'all go ahead and make your comments now also, and I'm gonna go ahead and hit Instagram Live, and I gotta hit YouTube Live. I gotta hit the lovely Nini, which is on Instagram. We're gonna bring her live on Instagram. So I might give you my iPhone instead, so I can go.
Facebook.
Okay, not on Facebook. I'm gonna do Instagram that way, so that I can show you Instagram. Okay, Miss Nini, we're gonna get ready to go with you. Anybody have anything? I need a break or anything? A restroom break or anything? I want to mess around? Whatever.
Mess around.
No, I'm saying.
Come on, Tony.
Hey Moses. Hey Mike. Hi y'all. Hey. Deshae Marie. Oh, hey girl. Hey y'all. Hey, I love you guys. Hi. Kiki. Kiki says, hey brother, I see you. Yeah, y'all. Hey, wait. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go get my other phone. Yeah, the other one. For Instagram, okay? I'll be right back for the lovely Nini. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go get my other phone. Yeah, that's fine. For Instagram.
Ricky, whenever you're ready.
Okay, give me just a second to get the other girl on. She's our other co-host. I'm gonna bring her on. Yeah, I need to figure her. So I'm gonna put you on Facebook on here, and then I'm gonna get on there. Were you on your Facebook to get it, or mine?
Yeah, because I'm on this.
No, but you were on mine, right? Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why y'all clap for me? Yeah, clap. Thank you. Thank you. Okay,
Give me 1 second. I gotta call her real quick to get her on. Okay.
you fine.
Anita. Okay, I'm good. We're about to say you and bring you on Instagram Live, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and do that
Ooh, you
We'll
gotta
just
charge
say
it for this
toxic
one?
relationship, and you'll be able to sort of watch and comment as well. As somebody who's reading, to do it as well.
You got a charger for this one?
Yes, I do. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna hit Instagram and I'm gonna call you right back. I'm gonna hit me up. Okay. Right, bye. That battery is low.
Yeah.
I think I don't think I know I have one right here. 6 foot here.
That where you put me was not, that's where I was at first, and I can't see those comments.
I like this.
So where's the other
I
one?
like what you
See, I don't see the comments that they're leaving. This is what I was seeing the first time. That's why I couldn't see the comments. How do you go back to your regular page?
Oh, to my Instagram?
Oh, this is Instagram?
That's Facebook.
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna put you on Instagram right now.
On here?
No, on the other phone. I'm gonna put you on the other phone, Instagram.
Okay.
downstairs?
But I need another phone for Instagram. Hold on, I need one more for Instagram because it has to face me. You know what I'm saying? And you still have to be able to read the comments. I'm gonna let her handle this one actually. Hold on.
You in the hood, you keep walking outside.
I ain't want to talk on the phone, y'all. You know.
You in the hood, brother, you might not come back. Step aside.
Do you mind if I take this real quick?
I'm just bad.
No, I don't want this. I need this. I need you to stay on this, and I need this. Okay. So you want to trade it for that?
This isn't,
No, I don't want this. I need this. Hey, y'all, hang tight. I'll be right back. We're getting ready to come back. Hey, Arthur. Hi, Israel. Hey, everybody. Hey, oh, I see all y'all over there. Okay, hey, y'all. Okay, I'm going to bring the lovely Nene. She needs to come on. Where are you at, girl? Come on, get on.
Excuse me. Yard boy.
You were on my Facebook.
the comments.
Hey.
So, I don't know where
Can you
you
put some
are.
eyes on the yard boy? Like, oh,
Leave for now. Oh,
Yeah, no.
I won't put that ice.
Okay,
I won't
okay.
take that ice.
Hey, y'all. We're about to start segment 2. Hey, Nene. No, don't join, Mama. Ask to be in the video. Because I'm going to let you lead this one. Okay, yes. Okay, here we go. Go live with Nene. Okay, everybody. Nene is going to, Anita is our other co-host, y'all. Say hello to the other one, the other co-host. These are your other co-hosts back here, guys. So I'm going to let you go ahead and run this one right here, okay? And you can make your comments as well. Come on and go live, baby. Do the request. We're doing Instagram right now, too, y'all. Hold on for me, okay? Nene, request to be in the video, babe. Yes, I want you to join it. Come on, ask the request to join so I can have you to run that one. We're going to worry about YouTube later. Can you do the request to be in my video? Sorry, Chris.
You good.
Yes, we're going to view her request and do it. Okay, everybody, I'm going to let the lovely Nene run this one. and we're gonna talk. You're gonna come on, Mama. We'll be able to hear you, and you can make your comments. Here she comes. There she goes. Everybody say hello to Anita.
Hey, what's up, Anita?
Hey, how you guys?
Chris, will you be able to hear
How
her
y'all
audio at all?
Good.
Will you be able to hear her at all?
Great.
Okay. No, it's not recorded. It's just her talking right now.
Okay.
All right.
No? Yes, no? Okay. All right. Okay, I'm gonna let you handle Instagram, and we're just gonna do the topic. We're gonna talk about the topic. We're in toxic relationships, like we said, but we are on the second segment right now. So I'm gonna let you talk very briefly while I get back situated on Instagram about toxic relationships, whichever angle you want to come from, whether it's intimate, business partnership, or
So I have to start this thing off.
on Instagram. Yeah, I want you to handle the Instagram for me because I'm handling Facebook.
So do I like type it in the comment, like questions in the comment?
No, just talk. And if people say
Okay.
something, then I can let you know and we can respond to them.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Talk about toxic relationships.
Oh man.
She goes,
I
oh,
have been
man.
in a multitude of toxic relationships. My goodness. Have you guys, what kind of relationships have you guys been in? Have anyone been in any type of relationship where you just feel like you love the person so much, but you just literally like can't put up? It's just too much. Like catch-22. Like, do I stay? Do I go? It's very, very, very difficult.
All right, we're going to go back live
I don't
now.
know. This is the first time.
All right, we're back on. We're back for segment 2. We're back on Facebook Live, and we are on with Anita, the lovely Nini, on Instagram as well. Again, so everybody welcome her. I know you can't really see her, but welcome her. She's on our Instagram, and she's handling my Instagram page right now. We're back with our same guest here. Go ahead and just give a brief introduction. What's your name again?
Homestead Slim.
Tony T, better known as Lady T.
Special K.
That's right. And me, Fancy, and again, the lovely on Instagram. So here we go. So please, please, please watch, and we're going to continue on our second segment of toxic
I would
relationships.
just talk about one of my toxic relationships, huh?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, so I had a relationship when I was with this guy, when I was living like back in California, like Sacramento, and it was like really like love at first sight. And he came to me at a time when I was just like very vulnerable, and I had just lost my uncle back down here in the South in Louisiana, which is where I'm at right now. And, you know, he was just like everything, like Prince Charming. And, you know, it was just like, I have never really like had that kind of feeling, like strong feeling, because I fall, like it's my heart. I fall so hard. And it's like being from the South, you know, it's just like, we hold that hospitality.
Southern
you know, that Southern hospitality. It's like,
Yep.
ah.
Southern
They
girl.
know that.
Yep.
They really, really know that. And, you know, I had 2 boys. I was a single parent, 2 boys, and they were like really young at the time. And, you know, he was there for my kids, and I didn't have a car. So, you know, he was helping me, taking me where I needed to go, taking them to school, and just, you know, showing me a very, very good time. And then in a matter of months, he wanted to move in.
Ooh,
He wanted to move in.
too fast.
And so I,
Be careful for the quick artists.
Yep. Yeah. So, yeah. So, I mean, I loved him like that, but I just didn't feel like we was like at a point in our relationship to like do that, because I had like never lived with a guy before at all. So it come a time when I was ready to move out of the apartment complex, because it was just really getting real ghetto or whatever. So I said I want to move with my kids or whatever. So he tried to proposition me. Well, I don't think that I could be without you. I don't think that we will be able to be together, because I just love you so much, and I can't spend one day without you. So I said, I'll think about it. Can you believe that?
He say Southern cooking.
Louisiana Christian.
That's right. That's that Southern cooking, Nene.
Okay, so let me tell you about this. Okay, so the first night we met, so the way I met him, he was my best friend's brother or whatever. And so we went laundry
doing the laundry at the little laundromat or whatever. So he helped to bring our laundry to the car or whatever. And I was just like looking at him like, oh my God, he is cute.
Girl, that's how it's going.
Right? They look cute. You cute. Girl,
He was really
you tall as
flexing.
him,
He was flexing so much though. You know? I was like, okay, I see you, little light skin, or whatever. So I was just like, you gotta hook me up. You gotta. I say, tell your brother I like him or whatever like that. I say he cute, and then I say no. I say don't tell him. I say I'm too shy. I can't do it. So then I text. I said okay, so you can tell or whatever, because I seen he was like looking at me. So I was like, I didn't know if he was like interested or not, because I'm like, okay, well, I'm not really feeling him. And I said, you know what, I'm just gonna take a chance,
right,
or whatever.
Right.
Little did I know, she was already prepared to kick him out. They was like really looking.
Oh, that's why he was trying to hurry up and
for
move
him.
in. So fast
So
forward
he
me.
literally moved.
So fast forward me to the first sign of the toxic relationship. And how did you break away from that? Because before we came to segment 2 and brought you on, we were talking about how you don't recognize it and why it's so hard to remove yourself.
Yeah, it was very, very, very hard. I mean, I went back and forth so many times where I kick him out, I bring him back, I kick him out, bring him back, and I'm just
So
like,
you
I
let him
really.
in.
Right,
Right?
right?
I could not find, like, he made me feel like I could not find nobody that could do what he done for me. I'm like, what the heck did you do? Like, you did this for me, but I got the roof for you to sleep under. You know, I'm cooking for you. I'm cleaning your clothes.
Like he said, that was your sign.
He was a
That
real
was your sign.
You know, you working part-time. You coming home to a bubble bath, dinner, clean house. You know, I like to dress. Okay,
Southern women. Right.
I did all dolled
And what
up,
was you
okay?
getting?
Like, seriously.
Exactly.
Like, my heart is just like so genuine. So
Right. Anyway, y'all know I'm real like that. I'm sorry. That's what was that. So, okay.
It was hard.
So, Nene, just for the sake of time, because we only got a few more minutes on here, and I really want to focus on both of them and get comments if we have them. Tell me, how did you get out of the toxic relationship? How did you end it? How did you get out?
I really just had to break away. I literally had to get the cops involved because we were involved in a domestic dispute. I was trying to break away. You know, he was stalking me. He had got like a job doing security. So he got it in the area where I lived at. So he would pull up at my house, you know, like 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning with the brights. And,
damn,
you know, he had came over one time and I was just like, you know what, maybe I need to sit you down and let you know that I can't do this no more. This is really affecting me. My kids are seeing this. This is not healthy.
And we were talking about the kids are always first. Yes, you got to make it. You got to be strong for the kids.
You know.
Right. Right.
So he said, "Well, let's have a drink and talk about it." Okay.
Have a drink and talk about it.
Yeah, that's right.
Back on Friday.
Right. So eventually, you were able to break away, and that's how you are smarter today.
Like he really thought he was gonna get some after I got the drink.
Hey, right up. Nene. I'm okay, Nene.
So I literally, we started arguing, just talking about the past and stuff like that, because it was just a whole lot much more.
Right, because it always goes back to the old same old arguments.
Like one thing led to another. He picked me up and threw me on the sofa. I slapped him.
Right.
And then he slapped me back.
Now everybody's going to jail. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, if you're in Texas, everybody's going to jail.
I threw a knife and cut his arm.
I've seen people scale walls and patios and kick in doors. I've seen it all happen. Trust me. Whenever you take something away, they act a fool. So yeah. So what about y'all? Y'all see anything?
I had to get psycho on him.
Yes, ma'am. Nene, let me cut back to them. Have y'all seen some toxic relationships like that? It's been pretty nasty.
Right,
how about you? Because a lot of times people don't think that women can be the aggressor. So y'all are men. Have they been in a situation or seen someone, a friend of yours or a family member you don't have to express personally, but anything that you've seen where you've seen someone, how about you too? Your comments are valuable too. But have you seen that where it's been like they're the aggressor?
Yes, I have, and I can go personal with you.
Okay, whatever you're comfortable with.
Okay,
Whatever you're comfortable with.
Early in my career, doing music, you have to have it takes a special person to deal with an artist.
That's right.
Because
You're
an
absolutely
artist
right.
goes through so much come in late. He has different people in his DMs.
Right, all the time.
But I'm a log guy. I'm a one man, one woman. I'm a log guy.
Right.
Try to be. I'm not perfect, but I try to be.
Right.
And
We all do.
I was honest. I would call from the studio. I would call. I would let her know I'm be late. And I mean, when I got home, it was hell. I don't know if I can say that. It was crazy. I mean,
no, you can say what you want.
I was constantly getting harassed, and it was to the point to where I couldn't perform. I couldn't write.
It messes with you mentally. It blocks you.
But
right?
did you ever give her a reason not to trust you, or was she just she came in this relationship as damaged goods?
But actually I didn't. But I can say this is that I met her that way.
Same way.
Damaged
But
goods.
I was actually real with her.
Right.
And I went through that, and it was actually toxic because I wasn't able to grow. And then it also, what a toxic relationship would do to the one that's being affected is that it'll make you get out of character.
Yes,
and
it does. And quit.
I start using words that I shouldn't use towards women.
Yes.
I started being more aggressive.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna say I said the B word.
But you said, hey, stupid,
Right,
or
stupid.
you stupid, you dumb. I mean, come on, chick. You tripping. Right. Same old thing.
So it'll make me get out of character. And, toxic relationships affects not only you and her, but, her brother wanted to whoop me and her father
Oh,
didn't
God,
like
yeah,
me.
you got the whole family on you now. Everybody's
Right.
zooming in. We like eagles.
That was my experience with a toxic relationship. I had to let that go.
Yeah. Most people are big on love. They think love makes
Conquers
a
all,
relationship.
and no, it does
I
not.
think respect does.
Respect is everything. If I don't respect you, I can't love you.
Right.
If I don't have a mutual respect for you, there is no love.
Mm-hmm.
Without respect, there is no love. I'm sorry. I could be head over heels and think that's how I feel.
Right.
Because that's emotional. The thing about me, and I think a lot of people too, if you are very self-knowing, and it takes practice to be that person.
Mm-hmm.
You're not just born that way. You have to teach yourself. It's a process to be very self-knowing and to learn yourself. That way you can be better for everybody around you. And so once you actually know yourself, then you know what I'm saying, that, hey, this is me, and now I understand. But I can't be something that I'm not going to.
I think the biggest thing when you say self-knowing,
Yes.
it's really about
Your
self-love.
behavior and self-love. Actually, yes.
If you don't love yourself
and respect,
then you'll end up in a relationship for determined time. So you wasted a lot of your time.
That's what I think. Like, that's the main thing. People don't want to waste time.
Right.
We don't want to waste time. Who wants to waste time? Especially when you've been in long-term commitments and relationships.
Yeah.
My whole entire past has been, I've always been the one they locked down. They always want to lock me down. I was a good one. So of course they want you. You cook, you clean, you're the good one. You don't have a lot of bodies, you know what I'm saying, under your belt. I mean, let's be real. My homeboys, Minnie, cooking. But I'm saying though, but don't know about you, chick.
Right.
They don't know about me. I didn't fool with them. Like I told Tony earlier, and even Greta knows. When I was younger, as much younger, I was getting in trouble for going and hustling and getting money. I wasn't in trouble for going and being with boys. I was getting in trouble because I was out late because I was hustling in the streets, making money. That's what happened to me. So I am a product of the environment, and I am a product of a single parent. Yes, I am. But at the same time, that's the way that it became. That's who you are.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but I think a lot of women are also like that because maybe they come from a home where they didn't have their father.
They're only raised by their mother, very much,
and
just like me.
They thrive to please a man and satisfy him and whatever they have to do, for this man because
they have a band.
And we come from that era, and they come from that time that your
right,
grandparents were raising you and your mama was raising you, and they made you believe that this man is gonna come and save you. I'm sorry, I can save myself.
I never had none of that.
I can save me. As a matter of fact, I know how to do that very well. And that is a problem in most of the past relationships I have had. It's been the problem because people are intimidated because I don't need you.
Right.
I do need you, but I don't need you. I want you. There's a difference between wanting and needing.
Absolutely.
If I want you, you got me. If I need you, we might have a problem.
Most men are intimidated by
And they're-
independent women.
Independent women, yeah. And I'm very vocal, but I'm respectful. It's hard when you're that person. You're
Absolutely.
very upfront, and I know this is about you, and I know this about Anita too. I know
Yeah.
this, so it's a
And it's really so crazy how I've just been like literally on my own since like 20 or whatever. And I'm very, very independent. You know, I've raised both of my boys. My oldest is 19. My youngest, his birthday is going to be on the 21st, a day after mine, which is the 20th. You know, I'm going to be 41. And I was sheltered my whole life. I was sheltered. My mom was so overprotective. And she's like one of them Southern moms. You go to church, you go to Bible school, vacation Bible school, you in the house, you're not playing, you're not talking on the
street
phone.
lights come on.
You're not going out.
Yes. Me.
She just had me in the box, you know? And I always tried to break out the box. I was like,
You was
can't tell
busting
me
it, right?
nothing.
You didn't want to
I'm
repeat
gonna
that
do it
cycle.
myself.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, I want to do things myself, my way, you know? I was respectful, but it's like, when you get to a certain age, you have to learn how to do some things on your own and get out and venture on your own.
That's
You know,
where it
so-
comes in with
but,
toxic relationships with your family. Like I was saying earlier, family.
Yeah.
I had a very toxic relationship with very important matriarchs in my family. People that actually put it
Yeah.
down. I actually had to put that buffer in between us and the separation because I don't necessarily agree with the things that you say or the things that you do. You know, the way that you raised me, I respect you because you hustled for it and you gave me a roof over my head. But I don't necessarily agree with the way that you didn't support me emotionally and teach me the things. So there was really no other further investment. I didn't go to prom. I didn't get talked to about periods. I didn't get talked to about boys. All that was said was you don't have sex and that's what it is. Keep your legs closed.
Don't do it. That's the motto.
That was it. And I had a good example because she didn't bring no man around our house. But I don't fault her for that. But I said that the cycle has to get broken because that's where you continue to perpetuate the toxicity in relationships, in family relationships. So I'm gonna give that to y'all. Do you have any further comments about that? About toxic relationships, family, friends? How about friendships? Because I've been in some serious toxic friendships. God. Yes, where you actually invest in those people. You are there for them. You give them everything. You promote them. You do everything. And all they do, excuse my language, is just poop on you, right?
Right.
They're not there for you the way that you're there for them. And that's not right. So Tony, I know because you've invested a lot of people in their businesses. And sort of like what you were saying, I know in the friendship, it's hard when you cross the line because you want to support them because that's your girl, that's your dude, that's your friend. You want to support them, but then at the same time, it's like, where's the mutual respect? So you have something. Where's mine? When I need it, where's mine?
Absolutely.
Well, people are only going to do what you allow them to do to you. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
You know, more than once.
Right.
You know.
But I mean, it's just like me. I might know, like I say, 1,000 people, but I promise you that I could get sex before I could get a tank of gas. I could get sex before I could get a meal. I could get sex before I could get my light bill paid. I mean, come on, let's be real about it. It is what it is. People are motivated by what pleases them. And that's where we're in a selfish environment. We're not in a selfless environment.
Right.
Yeah, this is.
And it's ungrateful, you know?
Yes, very ungrateful. You're right. You are right.
There are times you need to put yourself first, and that comes with self-love. And I think we really have said it all when it comes to toxicity. The bottom line is, if you don't have self-love for you, so you can identify those bond areas or bonds, you know, that you this is something I'm not gonna take. I'm not gonna put up with
You gotta
this.
have boundaries.
Yes,
Boundaries is the problem.
Absolutely.
When you're dealing with narcissistic personalities, that is basically every toxic relationship, the backbone of that is a narcissistic personality. If you don't understand what that means, that's fine. Go look it up. There is definitions available for you. There's YouTube available for you. There is Webster's dictionary available for you. And they will tell you and show you what a narcissist is. And you will be able to then identify those narcissists in your life. And you will understand every toxic relationship is backed by a narcissist. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're right. You're
You
right.
hear that word. It's a popular word
And
now.
people really need to realize that there's a thin line between love and habit.
Habits and love, absolutely. And again, there's a challenge in change. And people are afraid to change because it challenges you. Am I right?
The fear of the unknown.
All right. Well, I want to tell you guys that I love you and I appreciate you for coming on to be the premiere. Fans, I know you do, and I can't wait. Fancy, let's talk about it. Season 3 has been, the premiere has been epic. Toxic relationships, like Tony said. I think we covered almost every area that we could, multi-layered. I want to tell you that I love you and I appreciate you. I want to give you an opportunity to say goodbye. And we will be posting this on YouTube, and also will be a professional video available for you very soon. So y'all say good night.
Good
night.
Oh, and catch me on his show tomorrow at 7 p.m.
Make sure y'all tune in to see Miss Fancy on the Homestead Slim Show, man. Street100theheat.com. She will be in the building. Check her out.
Hey, that's the love I need. All right, y'all remember that's always a little time to be fancy, and that's me. So until next week, 9 p.m., same place, same time, Central Standard, I'm on. Y'all be good. All right. We wrap, y'all. I love y'all. I'm gonna see y'all later. And hey, repost the videos, please. Nene, repost. Everybody go repost, share. Hey, do a watch party on the repost. I just did one yesterday. I love y'all, and I'm gonna catch y'all next time. Say bye, y'all.
See y'all later. Tune in tomorrow.
Woo, woo. Hey. Same bad time, same bad channel. Owen, Lisa, VJ, Oriano, David, Patrick. Hey, I love y'all. See you tomorrow.